Yes, people, it is that time again. The UEFA Champions League Match Day 3 predictions with my guy, Dom. We've done the first 2, and we're going to do the last 3 after this match day. Before we get into it, people, if you're watching on replay, hit the like button on both of our channels. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and give your Match Day 3 predictions in the comment section down below. Dom, before we get into the predictions, how you doing? Man City obviously demolishing the Europa League team, Manchester United. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good, man. At first, I wasn't too confident that we'll win, but then I was like, you know what, man? Yeah, we will win. You know what I'm saying? And I predicted 3 goals, and I said, you know, like if you're cool with the person at the chicken spot and you say, hey, give me a 3-piece, and then when you go home and you open up the box, there's 6 pieces in there. You're like, damn.
He's got you.
You're like, God damn. You know, so we went out there, did our thing. You know, we got a couple cheat codes in the team as well. Haaland, De Bruyne, Foden. These guys are all cheat codes. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard preventing City from getting the 3-peat. It's going to be hard because Arsenal, if you're going to actually depend on Arsenal to do that, well, you're taking a big gamble.
Dom, they're looking good though, Arsenal. They are looking good. Big up to everybody. Big up to Sebastian, CJ, Cameron, Eldon in the house, Uncle Mike, Matt. How are we all doing? I will not be doing Europa League predictions, by the way, but we'll have a Match Day 3 review, so don't wait for that about that, Braga, and hello, Olia, as well. All right, Dom. I mean, let's just get straight into it. Don't want to be here for too long today. These streams usually take like hour and a half, I would say.
We won't be here super
We won't be here super long because I mean, there's a couple of interesting matchups and some blowouts that may occur that Bayern Munich and Manchester City. But first up, a big game for Marseille. They have got to win this game. Now, I am not sure if there's a crowd at the game or not because of all the craziness between them and the Frankfurt fans. I am not too sure, people. Let me know in the chat. They're still doing very well in Ligue 1. Sporting obviously coming off a victory. We saw what they did to Tottenham. Dom, what did I tell you last time when we did the predictions? I said, I have a funky feeling about this game. I think I predicted a draw, and I was like, I should have went for the win there. But, hey, this is a must-win for Marseille. And I think Sporting understand that, hey, we can sit back, we can be on the counter-attack, and then punish Marseille, who have not looked great in the Champions League. I think they haven't created enough chances, and defensively they are strong. But what are you saying in this matchup? My prediction is a 1-1 draw.
Well, look, Marseille revamped their team. They're doing good in the league right now. They're second, only behind PSG, of course. I like the look of the Marseille team, but in the Champions League, they have not really been impressive so far this season. Yeah. And they sit at the bottom of the table, 2 losses in 2 games. And, it's hard to really put your money on Marseille right now, especially the way Sporting are playing. They have beaten Frankfurt and Tottenham. And I wasn't expecting a victory against Spurs, but Sporting went out there and showed us, hey, man, we mean business. Continuing where they left off in the group stages last season. So for this one, with Sporting and their momentum, I'll have to go for Sporting to win this one. And I'm going to say 2-1. I'm also playing the predictor game on my end too, so
there we go. You can join the league.
I'm gonna put that in. So 2-1 to Sporting over Marseille for me, and that would actually most likely eliminate Marseille from moving on, because then they play Sporting again on the next match day, and it's gonna be difficult in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think if Sporting win this game, they're pretty much guaranteed then to go to the round of 16 for back-to-back seasons. So I think this is a massive opportunity for Sporting. And if they get a draw, I think that's also good enough. But they have been excellent. Haven't conceded a goal. Looks so dangerous in the counterattack with Marcus Edwards. Man, Trincao,
Pedro
Pedro
Gonçalves, yeah. So it's
they
fair
got
to
some
say
ballers.
that Sporting are gonna move on to the next round. I can't quite. I don't have my book with me that I made my predictions in, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't think I predicted them to move on. I think I predicted Frankfurt and Spurs to move on, but
To be honest, I had them fourth in the group, and I had Marseille second. So
exactly.
if Marseille want to make me look smart and look like a football predictor,
A
they got to start winning
genius.
some games.
Yep.
I got to start winning some games. And I think a lot of people are conflicting here. We got 2-1, 2-2, 2-1 Sporting, 2-1 Marseille, 2-1 Marseille here. So I think it's a lot of conflicting results, and I don't know what to expect from this game. It's going to be an interesting one. Dom, how much are Bayern going to win by?
Well, before we talk the Bayern game, do you want to just finish off this group by
Oh,
talking?
yeah. We'll do it like
yeah.
that. We'll do it like that.
Tottenham, Frankfurt. Tottenham coming off of that loss there, and Frankfurt bouncing back with a win, right, on the last match day.
Yep.
So both results I wasn't actually expecting, but both teams, one loss, one won. So Spurs, that North London derby loss must hurt. So we should be seeing a response from Spurs. Like,
Yes.
we have to see a response from Spurs. And the way they lost, it was very tame, in my opinion.
Not even
Very,
just
very
that
tame.
loss, Dom. And also the Sporting game, they were terrible.
Exactly. So
They
they
haven't-
also lost on the last match there, the Champions League too. So
I'm going to say this. I have not been impressed by Spurs at all. They've done the basics to get the victories, right? Individual quality or defensively very solid, but they have not impressed me at all. And I think they kind of got found out by Sporting that, all right, they're going to be dangerous in the counterattack, and I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough game for Spurs, though. This really is.
yeah, Frankfurt coming off of a win against Union Berlin, one of the toughest teams in Bundesliga this season. So
Yep.
it shows that they're finding their form, and the team who they brought in a lot of new players. Some players moved on, and Oliver Glasner and his boys are showing that they mean business in their first season in Champions League football as well. So being at home is going to be another advantage for them, and it's going to be a hard one to predict. But look, I think Spurs are going to bounce back here. I'm going for another 2-1 to Spurs here.
2-1 to Spurs.
Yeah, I think a bigger night, UCL night. They're gonna respond. They're gonna respond, in my opinion.
I don't know. Because there's no Kulusevski, so it's still going to be the same front three.
Yeah.
Midfield-wise, are they any better than what Frankfurt have? A little bit.
I think with Spurs, they need some creativity in their midfield. I think that's what midfield
So what you're
lack.
saying is they need Bissouma.
Bissouma is not as creative though. But
he helps the ball get from. He's a
he
basically
progresses
box to
the
box.
ball. He
And-
progresses the ball very well.
Exactly,
But,
and Højbjerg and Bentancur don't do that, in my
but the
opinion.
thing is, I think the three midfielders are way too similar. All three of them. Even if you throw Ollie Skip in there, they're all similar midfielders. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's somewhere that Spurs could actually improve by getting a creative midfielder.
Exactly, and then also this is a good point. Spurs have to play well against Sporting, but with Kulusevski out, there's a lack of creativity because Son doesn't really create. He's more of a goal scorer.
Yeah.
Kulusevski's that sort of creator, and so is Harry Kane. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's also going to be a 1-1 draw.
You're going for a draw, okay?
I'm going for 1-1 draws in both games in the group. Frankfurt, they still haven't impressed me this season, but now they've won 3 games in a row. I think they're now starting to be more familiar to the formation that Oliver Glasner wants to play, which is a 4 in the back, because they've been playing 5 in the back for so many years. Obviously, Götze is out. I think Onguene is out and Toure are out. So those are some big misses, but I still think Frankfurt got to pull up. They gotta put in a performance, because the last home game they had in the Champions League, they got embarrassed 3-0. So
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like this could be an interesting night again. I'm not sold on Spurs. Not at all. And I think 2-0 we got 2-0 Spurs, 2-1 Spurs. So yeah, people are going 2-1 Spurs, 1-1. We got some 1-1s here. All right, quickly then this game, Dom, I'm going 4-0. No offense to Viktoria Plzen. I just, they're here to collect passport stamps, like I said it in the predictions. But Bayern, they'll get some confidence from this game, and maybe Musiala will get a couple of goals because he's on fire this season.
So you're going for 4-0. So far in the group, Pilsen capped 5-1 from Barcelona, and they lost 2-0 to Inter. So with Bayern Munich, starting off the Champions League season on fire, 2-0 in both games against Barca and Inter Milan. They're going to look to continue that rich vein of form with another big win. But the thing is, are they going to rotate? Use this game as an opportunity to, let's say, rest some regular starters, bring some fringe players into the team, get their confidence up. Yeah.
Because they got Borussia Dortmund this weekend as well.
Exactly. So you don't want to go too crazy with the rotation, but at the same time, it's an opportunity, and you got to use the opportunity to, rotate and have a balanced unit. So look, it's a matter of how many they're gonna win by. That's the thing. I have, we've seen what Bayern has done over the last few seasons in the Champions League, coming off of a big 4-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, in the Bundesliga they're not at the top, but it's still very early in the season where Bayern usually say, okay, y'all could have your fun, and then they just pull away later. So, and they're still gelling, Nagelsmann still, very fresh over there as well. So look, how many they're gonna win by? Look, let's have some fun with this one, guys. I'm gonna say 6-0. I'm gonna say 6-0 because Pilsen are not. They have a problem. They can't really, if they try to attack, they're gonna get picked off. So they basically have to try to be as compact as possible. They do have some, neat little players in the team that could cause a little trouble, but they're not getting anything from this game. So I'm going for 6-0 Bayern Munich.
Ooh, 6-0. All right. I mean, we haven't seen a massive scoreline this year yet, I would say.
Well, the Barcelona 5-1 over Pilsen.
Yeah, Barcelona 5-1, yeah, but we haven't seen by 5 goals yet. And it's still gonna happen this season. So yeah, sorry, Viktoria Pilsen fans. Like I said before, you're here to collect passport stamps, and as you should be happy about it. Oh man, the mouse on this computer is not working. Now, Dom, this is a big game because Barca have a couple of injuries. If you don't know, Araujo, Bellerin, Depay, Koundé, and Frankie de Jong are all not going to play. And then for Inter, there's no Brozovic or Lukaku. And Lautaro is a doubt as well.
Well, I know Ronald Araujo's injury. That's quite unfortunate. I think he might miss the World Cup too.
Yep, 3 months. He's out.
Yeah, and I've known of who else? De Jong is not really a key player anymore, and De Jong, Depay is not key either. So the Koundé's injury, would be he'll be a big miss for his liveliness in defense, versatility as well. So they're missing that versatility in their defense, where both Koundé and Araujo could play anywhere in the defense, right? And the speed, recovery, and everything, is necessary and needed in games. But Inter, they haven't been so great this season.
They've been poor. They've been really poor this season.
And Barcelona, in contrast, are top of La Liga right now. You see, albeit on goal difference or whatever, head to head, whatever it is, and Inter. We're 9th in Syria right now. They could kiss winning the league goodbye if they continue in this vein of form. So that's 8 points behind both Atalanta and Napoli. So look, we know how Inter are in the Champions League. They're not the best since they returned to Champions League football and missing key players. Some of them doubts. Even though Barcelona are missing some key players as well, they have more squad depth. You see what I'm saying? Where players would slot in and do the job. That's the thing with Barcelona. We say they went out, spent money. They brought in a lot of players. They have the depth here to deal with stuff like this. So it's going to be on the road, and this is going to test Barcelona as well because they somewhat going through a resurgence right now under Xavi, right?
Yeah.
So they have to bounce back from the last game where they lost to Barcelona. What did I tell you? I told you it was hyped up, bro.
What was hyped up?
Yeah,
the game.
Of course.
It was a great game, Dom.
No,
Barca should have won that game.
I'm saying though, hyped up. Bayern Munich gonna win the game, easy. Bayern Munich gonna win the game.
But if you watch the game, Barca should have at least gotten a point.
Their chances though.
I know
when Pedri, bam, straight to. I'm like, they had too many chances. Didn't take a chance. They lost. So it's okay. Yeah. Whenever Barcelona plays Bayern Munich, we know what to expect. What we getting hyped about, you know. But this game's gonna be a tricky one. But I'm gonna favor Barcelona here. 3-1 Barcelona.
I've honestly been shocked at how bad Inter have been this season. Usually, what they've been so good at in the last couple of seasons is especially defensively they've been strong. Now they're just conceding for fun against anybody. I mean, they're giving up leads. They had a lead over Udinese. They had a lead over AS Roma. They bottled in both games. I don't know what's happened to Inzaghi's side. I don't know if maybe we could see Onana coming back into the starting lineup as well. I think that could be a good addition because Handanovic is just Handanovic. He's not that guy anymore. He just simply isn't. And for Barca, while, you know, they're going through a little bit of an injury crisis, this team are so good. And this is a big game for Lewandowski as well. He's got to step up in the big moments. He didn't step up against his former side. He has to step up in this game because if Barca can win both games against Inter, they're pretty much to the round of 16. It's pretty much guaranteed. So Barca must come into this game with the mentality of winning and winning convincingly to give themselves confidence ahead of then obviously Inter coming to the Camp Nou. Let's see. To be honest, I only see one winner in this game, and that's Barca 2-1. I think I think Inter are gonna take the lead again, and they will bottle it, and Barca will take a late winner from Dembele, and especially Dembele is going to cause a lot of trouble to this team, a lot of trouble. So it's gonna be an interesting game, and I think a lot of. Go ahead.
No, you're saying you mentioned Lewandowski. You know, if he had taken his chances against his old team, it could have been a different scoreline. But he know what he needs to do, and I think these players are gonna come up clutch against Inter, man. Pedri, you know, he's a wonderful player.
Yeah,
Dembele's been bright. Lewandowski, we know what he's capable of doing, and you know, as I said, they have coverage all over the field just in case, you know, like when they have to deal with injuries. So I'm confident Barcelona will go on to get the win. But however, I won't be surprised if there's another result, though, still, because of the home advantage for Inter.
Yep, that is very, very true. Okay, we move on then to Group B. The most surprising team in all of the Champions League this season. Club Brugge are top of Group B after a 4-0 away victory at Porto. A stunning result.
Yeah.
Now, this is a must-win for Atleti as well because they're second and they have 3 points and they're on level points with Leverkusen.
Well, both teams coming off of wins as well in their respective leagues.
Yep.
Atleti, Atleti, I think a 5th or so. Club Brugge 3rd in the Belgian league. Antwerp on top of the league. So it's still early times. But Club Brugge has definitely surprised us all, where I think most people would predict them to come in last in the group. You know what I mean? But I know of this team. This team is gritty. This team would give you a lot of problems. They have quality in their side, and they've been frequent, you know, participants in the Champions League as well. So they're not slouches, and they've proven to us all that they're not slouches with their performances so far in the Champions League. 6 points. That's 2 wins in 2 wins over both Porto and the other win over Leverkusen. So now the true test comes against Atletico Madrid, and Atleti themselves have not been impressive, losing the last match day against Leverkusen. You see, so it's very difficult to predict. Where we might want to predict on history and on the strength of the quality of players in a team and the manager and what they're capable of doing. But then you think of how negative Atletico are and how, forward thinking Club Brugge is going to be in this game, and they're not going to sit back and they're not going to have an inferiority complex against Atletico Madrid. They're going to go out there and stunt their stuff. Yep. And they have a lot of quality in their team. So it's going to be hard to predict against Brugge here. And I'm going to have to go for a weird scoreline and say a 0-0 draw here.
Oh, he's going the boring old 0-0.
Yeah.
I see you, Dom. I see you.
We must have one. We must have one.
We must have one. We always must have one. This is a very hard game to predict, like you said. You can base it on form. You can base it on history. You can base it on the quality of the players or the quality of the managers. Atleti are just... I know what they're going to do, Dom. They're going to sit back. They're going to have João Felix and Morata on the counterattack, and it's just down to Club Brugge to deal with those players. And then with their players, they have like Jutkla, Kasper Nielsen, who's been an unbelievable addition in the midfield for them. Nusa, the where's he from again? Young Norwegian.
Yeah.
They have a very, very good team, Club Brugge, and they know their identity. They know they're not going to keep the ball a lot, but when they have the ball, they're going to be clinical and direct. And that's what you got to be against this Atleti team. When you get the ball, you have to be direct so you don't allow Atleti to just park their bus, the Simeone bus.
Yeah.
And I think for Atleti, they've had a mixed season, a couple wins in a row, then a couple losses. Performances haven't been there. I just feel like this is going to be a Diego Simeone masterclass, and it's going to be 1-0 Atleti. It's going to be a late winner from Matias Cunha.
What about Griezmann? Super sub Griezmann off the bench, bro.
Well, that too. But just something about this game gives me... If Club Brugge win this game, I'm going to be shocked. I really am, because
it could happen. They're at home. They're
exactly.
at home, But look, I have a question for you, and I want to shout out this player as well. Who is Dennis Odoi's agent, though? Because how do you go from playing in a championship straight into the damn Champions League, and you're going to the World Cup in Ghana as well? So
he's got the same. He's probably got the same. Oh my God, what the heck? Agent? Same agent as Choupo-Moting and Morata. Because they keep getting these deals.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's with a yo-yo club in Fulham for years, up and down, and now you find yourself playing and starting in Champions League games, top of the table, going to the World Cup and all. So
it's crazy.
Big up to Dennis Odoi, man.
Yeah, big up to Dennis Odoi. So yeah, look, I think it's going to be a gritty Atletico win. Not going to be pretty, as we all know, but
nah, I'm not. I don't think they're going to win this game, bro.
I feel like it's just going to be that typical Atleti performance. When the going gets tough, Diego Simeone somehow pulls it out of his pocket. He always does. And
he crumbles as well in those situations.
Well, let's see. He doesn't crumble a whole lot, but hey, if Club Brugge win this game, they are pretty much round of 16 guaranteed.
With 9 points,
it's going to be amazing. It's an amazing story then for this Champions League season.
Indeed.
Then the other game in this group, Porto against Leverkusen. Porto have been so poor. Not throughout the whole season, but they've also been unlucky.
They're Porto. Porto? But
what are you trying to imply by there, Tom?
It's an uncharacteristic start and uncharacteristic performances by Porto. To be fair to them, because you know how good they are in the Champions League, man. 2-time winners as well, and you got to give them credit. But this season, it has not been the ideal start for them at all, and not doing that great in the league, but they're not too far off Benfica as well. But they're okay in the league, but in the Champions League, poor. And if they don't get a win in this game, they could kiss that. Well, they might pull off what Sporting did last season, but it's gonna be tough with places up for grabs, though.
And Leverkusen, this team, man. My guy Lucas Radecki has been absolutely terrible. I mean, he's given up probably 4 goals just to let alone that he's trying to play out of the back. I don't know what's happened to him this season. I love the guy, but he needs to step up his performances. Great shot stopper, but with the ball at his feet has not been that guy. I just feel like this is a must-win for Porto, and they will do everything in their power to get a victory here. They understand. All right. This is going to be...
Mercurial Leverkusen. That's what I'm thinking right now. They're hard to predict, though.
They are very hard to predict. They could play epic in one game and then just lose to Union Berlin or Wolfsburg 3-0, look terrible, can't even score. They got quality players in the attacking phase, but defensively, they are just not strong enough, and Sione needs to figure that out. And I think for Conceição, he's also a manager. When the going gets tough, he knows how to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and I believe it in this game as well. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Porto. I think they'll keep a clean sheet in this game and grab a vital victory because they need this victory. It's a must
win. It's a must win. And the way the group is set up right now, it's like the group is set up in a way where it's tight because, you know, you have Club Brugge running away with the group so far. Leverkusen, Atleti, you know, tied on points, and Porto without any points. So they must get something from this game. It's absolute must. They could go out there and try to get something, and it ends up, you know, backfiring where you play positive and leave yourself open. And for Leverkusen, they're coming off of a good win in their last game. You know what I mean? And
yeah, it was a great victory over Atleti in a game they really should have won.
Exactly. So it's really hard to say they're gonna lose this one, but they're hot and cold. They're really hot and cold, and you never know what you're gonna get from them. So
yeah, exactly.
For this one, I'm gonna play it safe and say a 1-1 draw here. I'm gonna say a 1-1 draw for this, and you know it set up the group very nicely. If Atleti get a point, Porto and Leverkusen get one, all teams are still in a run to get to the round of 16 with 3 games left.
If my prediction comes true, then Atleti and Club Brugge will be on 6 points, and then Leverkusen and Porto will be on 3 points. So that makes it a very exciting last 3 games in that group, especially. None of them look like Champions League winners, but it makes it exciting.
You also have to mention as well, Mike. 31% of the predictors went for a 1-1 draw, like me. So
yeah,
just want to mention
you're sitting on the fence. You don't want to push your chips all into one side. You're playing it safe.
Most people are.
Most people are, exactly. Big up to Antonio, Forza Milan. We will get to Milan. Don't worry about that, Antonio. Oh boy, this should be an epic game at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Ajax against Napoli. Napoli, of course, top of the Serie A. Kivica looking brilliant. Even though Victor Osimhen is gone, Raspadori has done well. And Guisa has probably been the best midfielder in all of Serie A. I mean, the guy has taken it to a next level. Preparing well for the World Cup, especially because he's going to be representing Cameroon. And Ajax are... I don't know. I think they experimented with their squad over the weekend. Brian Brobby started. Obviously, Kudus came off the bench. They drew with Go Ahead Eagles. I believe that was the team's name. Yeah, Go Ahead Eagles. And so I feel like Napoli are just going to play in the counterattack. And if you're going to give Kivica, Politano, who can be dangerous in the counterattack, some space.
Wait, didn't Politano pick up an injury there, though?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, Politano is injured.
No, I don't see it here.
Yeah, he got injured for Italy, I think. Matteo Politano is going to be out for a while, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure he started.
Yeah.
He started over the weekend. Over the weekend.
Well, I guess the injury wasn't that serious then.
It wasn't that serious.
Yeah.
So this is a very difficult game to predict. Because Napoli have been so good and just so impressive. I thought, honestly, man, they're going to really falter this season. Just a lot of new pieces, but man, Spalletti has done a marvelous job. And also, Alfred Schroeder, I think, has done a very good job with Ajax. And they just got to pick up that form. Maybe it's Kudus at the false 9 that really blends everything well together. So, obviously, the midfield battle is going to be key once more. If Anguissa can be that top player, I feel like Napoli can win. I think it's going to be a high-scoring draw. I'm going to go 2-2. That's going to be my prediction.
Mike, before I get into the prediction, is this Napoli's year to win the Serie A?
No, this happens every time with Napoli, and there's no disrespect to Napoli, but it always looks promising. They're gonna win They're basically the Spurs of the Serie A. They bottle it a lot of the time. So,
Yeah,
of course, I want to see Napoli win. If Napoli won the Serie A, that would be an amazing story. But hey, you never know. You never know.
I think they're winning it this year, bro.
It's only been 8 games, so I'm gonna.
Bro,
If
I
it if
think they're
it's looking
winning it.
good heading into the World Cup, I might have a difference of
Syria
opinion.
has been very exciting over the last few years
Yep.
because you have, look at what Atalanta has brought to the league, you know what I mean? And they're doing well. They didn't do well last season. They did okay, but it seems like they're back to their best this season. You know, there's the two Milan clubs in there, of course, and there's Juventus, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then there's, the Lazios and the Fiorentinas that's gonna give a little trouble here and there, but Napoli, the way they started this year is brilliant. And with the inspiration that Kavica Kvaratskhelia is bringing, he's actually bringing more to Napoli than what Insigne had brought to Napoli.
He
Sad to
he
say.
he already has more open play goals than Insigne had in like the last year and a half. It's crazy.
Because it's like Kavica is just a out of this world type play, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just sad that Napoli won't be able to keep him. That because clubs get excited when they see players like this,
Oh
and
yeah.
when a player is consistent, he could dribble, he's exciting. He's listen. If he's not sold, if someone doesn't come in for him next summer, I'll be surprised
Yeah.
because that's how good he's been, man.
I think Napoli will try and keep him as hard as they can, but if they get like,
How
let's
are you
say,
gonna keep him? How?
if they get an 80 to 100 million bid, then he'll be sold. But
The
what do you think?
only reason they can go on to keep him is if they give him a fresh contract, and the contract is lucrative enough for him to say, "Okay, I'll stay here for a long time." But when you have Premier League clubs gonna come in and double your wage, triple your wages, you're gonna think, "I'm a young kid from Georgia." Hell yeah! You see what I'm saying? You better take the money.
Well,
And
it's just gonna be his decision if he wants to progress. Maybe just, hey, I'm gonna be guaranteed. Let me just develop my game more in the Serie A, then make the big move, or does he want to make the big move immediately? But
bro, he
yeah,
don't need to develop nothing else. What he
no,
did against Liverpool alone, bro.
but let's see it for a whole season though. Let's see it.
What
But
he did
I love the
against the
player.
so-called best right back in the world. You see what I'm saying?
Dom, you can rip Liverpool soon. Just get to
No,
this game, please.
it ain't about Liverpool. It ain't about Liverpool. It's about Kavica Kvaratskhelia.
Yes.
Once in a generational type talent, and I think he could inspire Napoli to a Serie A win this season. So,
But will he inspire them to a victory over Ajax in Amsterdam?
2-1 Napoli.
Okay. All right.
2-1 is my prediction. And yeah, Ajax, let's see what they do. I think against Liverpool they should have walked away with something from the game. But
Really?
of course,
What did they? Okay, they had
play-
one. They had another chance in the second half with Daily Blind. Otherwise,
they
Liverpool
didn't
were.
manage the game properly. That's the thing. They didn't.
Look, I don't think Ajax were that good at all during that night. That's not the Ajax that we know. They were dangerous on the counterattack when they were able to attack, but that wasn't an Ajax performance. Really not.
Could have
so.
got something. Could have got something.
They could have gone something, but I don't think they deserved to get anything. I thought Liverpool deserved to win. I don't think they should have won 3 or 4-1, but they should have won the game at least. And like a lot of people are going with a mixed bag of results here for Ajax Napoli. Should be a great game on Tuesday. Should be an absolutely fantastic game. Yeah, you can talk about Liverpool first before I'll discuss about them.
Look, I like to say big up to everybody in the stream right about now. The stream won't be anything without y'all. So thank you for tuning in. If you're watching from my second channel or you're watching from Mike's channel, big up to everybody in the stream. Okay, thank you very much for tuning in first and foremost. And look, Mike, you got a new member. Big up to Vito Goretta.
Big up to Vito, man. Wait, did it? It didn't show. Computer's
Yeah,
acting slow. There
Big
we
up,
go.
yeah.
Big up to Vito, man. Thank you for becoming a MTF Academy member. Really appreciate it. So you get all the members content that will soon be coming to the channel as well. There will be some World Cup content coming to the members only
Mike, before we get into Liverpool, we gotta do some World Cup. Can't start coming up with the World Cup. Can't hit
Did you
me
not
up.
see what I did? You not see what I did with Football Pharaoh?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, I got an hour and a half with Football Pharaoh. Guys, go check that out. Me and Football
I
Pharaoh
didn't,
discussed
bro.
about the international break
I
a
gotta
little bit.
check that out, bro.
Our confidence level for the all 32 teams. So go check it out, people, if you haven't done so already.
Damn, that might be a good watch there. Good watch. But yeah, Liverpool, man. You guys have been absolutely shit in the league. Okay, for lack of better words. It's not the end of the world because we've seen Man City started the season poorly and still go on to win the title. But are Liverpool winning the title? I have to say no. It ain't happening. That you guys were my prediction. You know, I predicted y'all to go on to win the title. It ain't happening, right? Let's get that out of the way. But this is a different competition we're talking about right now. This is the Champions League. And we know sometimes when Liverpool does not do well in the league, they're still doing well in the Champions League. But match day 3, 1-1, lost 1. This is Rangers. This is a British derby. Scotland versus England here. And I know the fans, more than the players, would actually relish this meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool should go on to win this game. The golfing quality is big. And I don't know about the confidence level, but still, you should be able to put the league, behind you for now and focus on this competition where Liverpool are still very much in it. They're second in the group right now, coming up against Rangers. Liverpool should go on to win this game. I think players like Mo Salah should use games like this to actually, get his confidence up. You know what I'm saying? Firmino's been playing well. Don't know if he'll start. I think Klopp would go in with Diego Jota, seeing that Jota has not been playing a lot of games, starting a lot of games. He'll go in with Jota. Harvey Elliott should come back in the team. This is a good game to throw in a Gomez, get his confidence up. This is also a good game to say, Trent, take a break, relax, reset, come again. For real.
No. I was gonna say he needs to take a couple weeks break.
Take a little break.
The guy, Dom, I'm like,
this is a game for Van Dijk to say, okay, let's pull things back. He don't need a break. Let's get control of this, get a clean sheet, get that confidence up.
This is
what I'm saying.
Liverpool desperately need a clean sheet. Desperately need it.
This
they need to get some confidence in their
where Klopp
side.
should not play James Milner in. You see what I'm saying?
Dom, don't get my blood boiling right now, please.
What is his obsession and his fascination with James Milner, man? Like, come on,
Dom, I'll say this again. They're just peanut butter and jelly. They come together.
You know what? Does Liverpool? What was Michael Edwards' position again at Liverpool?
Sporting director.
And he's not there no more, right?
No.
They're still looking for a sporting director,
No,
right?
they have one. I can't remember the guy's name.
Well, anyways, what they should do, they should follow West Ham and just get rid of that guy and just give it to Milner because, Milner needs to retire already. No disrespect or anything, but you have to understand when you get to a certain age, like this thing becomes a little faster than you. You see what I mean? The game's not going to slow down for you right now, unless you're savvy enough to make it happen. And right now with Liverpool and the way that things are going for them, James Milner doesn't help.
Yeah.
Henderson too. I didn't like Henderson, then I started giving him respect, but now he's getting exposed.
He's done. I'm sorry. He's absolutely finished.
You see what I'm saying? He's getting exposed a lot.
He's injured for 3 weeks, Dom. He comes immediately into the starting lineup. I don't get it. I really don't. Klopp is just...
Liverpool...
Klopp needs to fix up big time.
Liverpool brought in Arthur Melo. Start him. Start him in the game.
Dom,
Show why...
Dom.
No.
No, I'm going to tell you something.
Saying.
No, I'm going to tell you something. He played in the under-23s. He lasted 55 minutes and got substituted by Jay Spearing.
But what I'm saying, right? I saw him for a couple minutes. Was it against Napoli he came on?
Yeah, Napoli. But
horrible.
He just doesn't look ready fitness-wise.
I was like, horrible.
Play
him. Give him. Let's just play him.
I agree.
You brought him in. You're paying some of his wages.
Yep.
Play him. or else he's just there earning a living to do nothing.
How about Rangers though? How did they get a result in this game? You know what? I think somebody made a good point in the chat as well that they don't have any pressure. They go into this game. They've lost their first 2 games. They just know if we get a point here, they come to Ibrox next week. We can beat them there. So how do you think Rangers? Obviously, think, with Ryan Kent as well on the left wing, he's going to cause trouble to Trent. I mean anybody can now.
I think Rangers, they're not winning this game. They're not getting nothing. 3-1 win for Liverpool, in my opinion. 3-1 win, right? But I think what Rangers should do, go out there, use this game as an opportunity to feel out Liverpool, damage limitation, keep it as low as you can, and whatever you learn from this game at Anfield, go back to Ibrox where you are at your most powerful and get something from that game, even if it's a draw. But I think Rangers are out of their depth in this group now.
To be honest, Dom, I'm just going to go for a scrappy 2-1 win. I feel like it's going to be the exact same thing against Ajax. I just have no confidence with this team.
Get your confidence up, bro. Get it up. Get your confidence up.
Be quiet, Dom. You have a striker scoring the goals. I have midfielders and
bro, even when City had no strikers and everybody was saying we couldn't do it without a striker, still had some confidence in the team. We were scoring them all from all over the field.
Dom, how can I get confidence with this defense, though? This defense is absolute garbage, and there's no cohesion. Nobody has intensity to play. Everybody just looks done already.
I think the team might be a bit tired. You see what I'm saying?
A bit. You could say a bit.
And peaked. Because guess what?
Could be peaked, yep.
When you have the international break and you have a quality team, most of your players are going to end up playing for their international teams, right? Yep. And with them being some of the best players in the world, they're going to be starting and they're going to be heavily involved. But for like City, I think like sometimes Belgium could afford to give KDB a rest during international breaks, because they have a lot of players that they, what I mean?
You could have done like Arsenal and just said, hey, give Jesus and Martinelli a break. They got something there with the Brazilian FA. But
exactly, so
let me get to the donation. Big up to Vito. He says, how are you boys? Hello from Croatia. Let's go Dinamo. I think, is the Croatian currency kuna? Is that what it's called? I believe it's called kuna. I believe so. I've never been to Croatia. I absolutely want to go badly. And yes, Dinamo, we'll get to Dinamo. But thank you very much, Vito, for your kind donation. And shout out to everybody from Croatia. Beautiful country and need to definitely visit there. And Dom, they're looking good for the World Cup again.
So, yeah, we're going to touch on that in the next few weeks. But look, Mike, question for you before we move on, right? To the next Group A game. Do you think Liverpool are winning the Champions League this season? How far you think you're gonna get?
Heck no.
How far? What's the ceiling?
Honestly, at this point, round of 16.
Wow.
Dom, you see this team every week. This team is absolute garbage at the moment. I was expecting at least, okay, you know what? We have a 3-week break. Maybe Klopp could have made a couple of changes, maybe a couple personal changes. No. So I have no confidence for this season. I think now with the 9 games this month, I think it's going to be even worse. I think we're going to be really we're going to be deep. And I mean deep in the mud. And I'm very scared about it. And it's scary times for Liverpool. And I'm just hoping by the World Cup that we're at least 3 points behind for top 4. And then maybe FSG will actually get their hands in their pockets and actually spend some money in the January transfer window and get some midfielder and get some midfielders that are actually able to control the ball.
You guys ask some midfielders and you got Otter.
Exactly. Vito, man, you didn't have to send another donation. Sorry if that happened, but thank you very much for another donation. 25 Croatian or Hrvatska kuna. Look, so thank you very much for your kind donation.
Maybe you guys would win the EFL Cup and the FA Cup again this season. It's okay.
Oh God, Dom.
And you already
won. Let's move on. Dom, don't make me more depressed. Dom, don't make me more depressed.
You won the Community Shield already, so You know?
And Nunes scored. Oh, those were beautiful times. Those were beautiful times. Okay.
Wait. Before we move on, bro. Before we
what?
move on, how garbage has Darwin Nunes been for Liverpool, man? God
Okay,
damn.
thank you. Okay, Dom, we get it. Do you want to do? So is this Champions League prediction match day 3, or
I
do you
know
want,
we're gonna
is this
move
a roasting
on.
session? Is
We're
this a
gonna
roasting
move on.
session?
But Darwin, the sanitation department in England should actually sign up Darwin Nunes. You know what I'm saying? That's how garbage he's been.
Dom, I mean, to be honest, Dom, he hasn't had a fair shout either. Like
Bro,
he has. Like
Erling
Dom,
Haaland has 17 Man City goals, bro.
we get it. Okay, cool, bro. We get
Darwin
it, Dom.
Nunes should
Dom,
be up
okay,
there.
we get it, Dom. All right, I'm gonna mute you if you keep going like this because
All right,
you just
let's
want to
go.
make this into a roasting session.
Let us go.
Let's get to Leipzig and Celtic. What do you think about this game? Celtic. I thought Celtic were gonna win against Shakhtar Donetsk. It was a 1-1 draw. Leipzig. I mean, they should have gotten something in Real Madrid. I don't know how Nkunku missed those golden chances he had from Timo Werner's passes. So this is a must-win for Leipzig. We know now, obviously, their form is a little bit picking up here. Celtic, always going to be strong. And I think this is going to be a very interesting match. And I could see this being high scoring. And I could see Leipzig narrowly winning. I'm going to go to 3-2 RB Leipzig in this matchup.
Well, Leipzig and coming off of a big win against Bochum, Timo Werner, back where he truly...
But Bochum are by far the worst team in the Bundesliga, by far.
Still, Timo Werner is back where he truly belongs in the Bundesliga. Absolutely flopped in the Premier League. And Chelsea fans try to make so many excuses for him. Whenever I call out Timo Werner, they, but he did this. Timo Werner was a flop. Erling Haaland already scored more goals than Timo Werner in a handful of games than Timo Werner had for his entire Chelsea career. And, Chelsea paid big money for him. 50 million, I think they paid for Timo Werner. And it was a waste. It was a waste, man. But look, the experience, I guess, was valuable for Werner. It just taught him that he should have never left. He should have stayed there and helped RB Leipzig topple Bayern Munich. And that's a bit far-fetched right about now. But look, Leipzig at home against Celtic. Celtic, you can't really, underestimate them too much with the Japanese quality in their setup as well.
Plus Jota. This guy's a baller, by the way.
Yeah, Jota is a baller. Indeed,
he's a baller.
Indeed. Yeah, he looked good. But Leipzig at home should, I know
they
Leipzig
have to win.
I know Leipzig sacked Tedesco, right?
They have Marco Reus, the former Dortmund manager.
Yeah. I can't keep track, man. I know Marco Reus is at Mönchengladbach, then he went to Dortmund. Now he's at Leipzig. Maybe he'll go to Bayern next. Who knows what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can't keep track of these Bundesliga managers. So with that being said, though, Nkunku is going to be a Chelsea player too, right?
Looking like it.
Yeah, crazy.
Hopefully he doesn't suffer the same curse as everybody else has.
Exactly.
We'll see.
So, bad move, Christopher. Look, keep it short and sweet, man. Leipzig, 2-0 here.
2-0?
Yeah, 2-0.
Wiki Tiki saying Nkunku so overrated in my opinion. Had a wonderful season last year, but it's an anomaly. Could be.
Not overrated at all, man. Remember, Nkunku was a PSG player,
Yes, he was.
Remember,
so were a lot of players.
But I'm saying Nkunku, I think he left PSG for more like game time.
Oh, of course, and a lot of those players do. They mostly do that.
He's done well, bro. He scored a hat-trick against Man City last season, bro. And Nkunku ain't no fluke thing. He ain't no fluke thing, bro.
He ain't no fluke, but he hasn't had the same impact as of this season. So that's going to be the big question mark. And then the other game in this group, Real Madrid are going to host Shakhtar Donetsk. Actually, they played so many times against each other. Let me just get the head-to-head record. At the Santiago Bernabeu, or the training center. 2-1 win for Real last season. The season before, it was the 3-2 victory for Shakhtar when they had basically their C team because they had a bunch of COVID issues. And then Real won 4-0 back in 2015. Shakhtar have looked really good now in the last couple of games. I mean...
Mudryk, bro.
Mudryk is a baller. Lassina Traore, who can come off the bench. So Shakhtar got some players that can very much be dangerous on the counterattack. And Real, they didn't look the greatest against Osasuna. I mean, they should have lost the game, in my opinion, watching the matchup. They really should have lost it. Courtois is going to be out. Modric is going to be out. So 2 starters.
Real Madrid should still win, but I don't
They
think
should win.
I don't think
It's not going to be convincing, though.
Yeah, they're not going to blow them out the park, though.
No.
But what's going to be interesting here is how Mikhailo Mudryk plays against a more quality opposition.
He's going up against Carvajal, so it's going to be a good matchup.
Look, some of the most exciting players. He's amongst some of the most exciting breakout players this season, or the last for 2022. You know, Kavicha, Kvaratskhelia comes to mind. Mikhailo Mudryk comes to mind, and I'm excited about these players, man. So, you know, I want to see what Shakhtar does in this game. Shakhtar definitely shocked me so far, even though the last match day, you know, it didn't live up to expectations there, but still.
It was always going to be a tough match against Celtic, I thought. I honestly, when I saw 4-1 against Leipzig, I was so shocked.
Yeah, but still, you know what I mean? I expected them to beat Leipzig there. Not Leipzig, to beat Celtic. After what they did against Leipzig, I was like, okay, another win here, but it was a draw. You know what I'm saying?
Also, the backup goalkeeper for Real, Lunin, the Ukrainian, will obviously face his countrymen. So
I think Lunin was from Kiev, right?
I believe so.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was a big game.
I'm going to go with the 2-1 victory for Real. I just think they have the quality and they have the players. But Shakhtar, they're definitely going to pose a threat on the counterattack. Big time. And obviously, you know, without Modric, let's see then the likes of how Valverde and Camavinga will step up in his absence. 2-1 for Real is my prediction.
How's Shakhtar going to deal with Vinicius?
That's for them to worry about and not us.
Benzema is back as well, right?
Yep. He missed a penalty over the weekend.
Shakhtar, they stand no chance here, man. Look, even though Real Madrid are without a few key players through injury, it comes down to squad depth as well. You know, Tchouaméni, you know, Camavinga, Valverde. You just throw the names out there. Yep. They have quality replacements, and I think it's, you know, I don't think they'll blow them out the park. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Real Madrid.
2-1? All right.
2-0.
Yep.
2-0.
2-0. All right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going for Real win. I would be honest. I would be shocked if I see a Shakhtar win. I would be very shocked.
I don't think they're going to. If they do pick up a win, that'll be one of the crazy score lines of the match week. And I don't think we have predicted any crazy score lines yet. So yeah. So let's.
I might have a surprise. Yeah,
Could
it be this game? Could it be this game? Could it be this game? So, you want to start off with this one, Dinamo? I mean, they put in a decent effort, I thought, against Milan. They were competitive, but Milan the quality was a difference in that matchup. Salzburg, of course, they got 2 points away at Chelsea and obviously at home against Milan. So this is. Whoever wins this game puts themselves in a very good position then to possibly finish second in the group. What are you saying, Dom? Can Dinamo do it?
It's tricky because, look, this Salzburg team, as we know, very, very good. The youngsters is so impressive, man. You know, Šeško, you know, Okafor, all these guys, they're good. You see what I'm saying? They exciting.
Yep.
And some of these, Šeško is already going to Leipzig already, right?
Dom, did you see his 2 goals over international break?
I heard about them, but I didn't.
Dom, you need to see the goal against Sweden.
I took a break in the international break there, so a mental break and a physical one too. So it's hard. This Salzburg team is hard to predict against. Seeing you know, they've started very, very well so far. You know what I mean? What they did against Chelsea there to pick up a point, and they also picked up a point against Milan. So it's like, how are you going to predict against this team? Dinamo Zagreb, however, are horrible on the road, right? So I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 victory for Salzburg here. I think, you know, the return leg, which is going to come up next week, of course, might see an opposite result where Dinamo walk away with a victory. So I think between the 2 legs, I'm going to say this early, I think it's going to be, a winner piece for both teams. But Salzburg win the home leg simply because Dinamo does not travel well at all.
Yeah, and look, Dinamo are missing one of their key center backs, Sutalo, as well. He's been very good this season for Dinamo, and during the qualifiers and now in the group
But
stage.
he's been out for a while though. The young one, right? The young Shutalo.
He played against Milan, I believe.
I think the young one. There's two of them.
Okay, I'm talking about the center back. I believe
You're
the center
talking
back
about the one that came in for big money from Atalanta.
Am I thinking of that one?
Yeah, that's what
it's
you're
that
thinking
one.
of. Yeah.
Okay. It's not the other Sutalo, so I got those mixed up.
They'll be okay without him. They'll be okay, but
I was thinking it was the center back. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
of.
but away from home, just predict a loss for Dinamo every time, bro.
I don't know.
And Croatia too.
They're not gonna have they're gonna have a lot of fans there. That I can guarantee.
Croatia and their teams play similar. Poor away from home, magnificent at home. Big up to Mislav Orsic, though.
Love Orsic. Who does love Orsic? And Betkovic as well. Livakovic, who will probably start for Croatia. So, this is a tough one to call. I really could see Dinamo just, having the same tactics like they did against Milan. Defensively solid, Petkovic, Orsic just being that dynamic duo up top and try and play through them. And it's just a matter of how Salzburg, with their intensity, how will they break them down? And Šeško's going to have a big game. You know what? I'm going 1-1.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1-1.
I was thinking about a draw, but, bro, I know these Croatian teams, bro. Away from home, you think back at the game. One game that really came to mind was the game against Bodo Glimt, bro. I was like, what the hell am I watching here?
They were not good at all in that first half. Oh, boy, that was all Bodo in that matchup. But
okay, all right.
Big one on Wednesday. This is a big one. Before I let you go, Don, let me just tell you the injuries for Milan.
Before you let me talk.
Before I let you talk. So, Calabria, gone. Florenzi, gone. Theo Hernandez, Ibra, Magnan, the starting goalkeeper, Origi, and Salamakers.
Doesn't mean a single thing.
You
saw what they did against...
the best goalkeeper in the Serie A.
I know.
Theo Hernandez, who's one of the best left backs in the world.
Okay.
And I guess Salamakers, who can be a difference, and then they're gonna have to play Serginho Desta right back.
You saw what they did against. You saw the Empoli back into that game, right? I saw the highlights for that.
I mean, it was a madness. That game, but
exactly.
Somehow they got the victory.
So when you have Rafael Leao is available again, right?
Yes, yeah.
Missed the last game, so Rafael Leao available. It's still a quality team. Leao is a standout player over at AC Milan these days. And you just need that support around him. And Chelsea is still trying to, new manager. Even under the old manager, they didn't look too good. Potter couldn't beat our Salzburg. So I think AC Milan are going to pose a whole different threat to this Chelsea team. And against Crystal Palace, Chelsea didn't look that convincing either.
Let me just say one thing quickly. Chelsea have to win this game. They have to. If they don't, they might start hearing, because
Europa League.
They have to win this game. That's why that away loss at Dinamo was so disastrous. And I actually saw a little bit of the highlights for Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Wasn't too impressed, but it's going to take time to adapt with these players and, playing the 4 in the back formation like they did. I think for Milan, though,
Milan got the quality, bro. I'm telling you.
No. They do have quality.
I'm telling you.
They have great midfielders, but I'm just worried about with the injuries because those are
forget about the injuries.
Magnan is such a key player.
Okay, we know that, but he's not available. Same with Edward Mendy. He's not available. He's gonna be he's probably getting fit again, but it's Kepa in goal. You gotta remember that, right? But if you look at the AC Milan team, they still do have quality off the bench. Brahim Diaz. Ribic, these guys have Diaz is more informed than Ribic these days.
Yeah.
But this is an opportunity for players. Pobega has really stepped up, made it to the Italian national team.
Yep.
Guys like Krunic as well. So they have the personnel in the team. They got the personnel. So all they need to do is just, put out the best possible 11 and go out there and do their thing. I think, Chelsea are 1-1 draw again. I'm not convinced, bro. 1-1 draw. They barely beat Chris. If Conor Gallagher didn't come off and he was given that amount of space to shoot, it would have been a draw. 1-1.
I think you also forgot something else, Dom.
Talk to me.
Who's making their return to Stamford Bridge?
Giroud
and Tomori.
Yeah, Tomori, yeah.
Well, Bakayoko, but I mean,
Bakayoko.
Does he even play football anymore? Poor old Bakayoko, man. He was so talented at Monaco, and then it just hasn't worked out.
Chelsea move, man. The Chelsea curse move. That's what happens.
It's usually to the strikers, but it happens to the midfielder Bakayoko.
But let me say this before I move on. Bakayoko is not old. I think, when you go to Chelsea and you fail, good things do still happen to you as a player. So, you think Salah, you think De Bruyne, you know what I'm saying? Just want to put a few names out there. Hudson-Odoi is doing well at Leverkusen. He might move on. Tomori, you think Tammy Abraham. The list goes on, bro.
They have a very good academy. They have a very good academy. This game, I just, man, those injuries. If they had a full squad in Milan, I'm not saying if everybody was fit, but I think Theo Hernandez and Maignan, those are two key. Because Theo Hernandez when he's able to drive into space, because I think Milan will play on the counterattack and they're going to allow Chelsea to dictate play and allow them to keep possession. But I think then if you have guys like Rafael Leao and Theo Hernandez on the counterattack, it would have been even more dangerous for them to deal with.
The thing with Chelsea too, right, is the 11. There's so much players that were brought in, right?
And there's a lot of changes. They don't have any cohesion within the starting 11.
Exactly. So you have the pressure of, oh man, Koulibaly's on the bench, man. I didn't play him in the last couple of games,
Or Pulisic or Ziyech.
Let me bring him in. Exactly. So then it brings this kind of disruption to the cohesiveness and the gelling of the team, where you would want to have some kind of continuity with the 11, and you swap out one or two players, but there's been 4 and 5 changes being made every game. Can't be too good for going forward. You know what I mean? So I'm going for 1-1 draw, bro.
I don't want to upset my Milan fans, but Chelsea they have got to win this game.
And they got to win it because they lost against Dinamo and they drew to Salzburg. So it's a must-win game.
And then next week they're going to the San Siro.
They're not winning it, bro, because guess what? Something has to happen in the group stages. There's going to be a big team that's going to flop, and it might be Chelsea. Where we didn't predict that to happen, most of us. It could happen. And I feel bad.
I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
I feel bad for Potter, though. But
I love my Milan guys, but I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. Just based on the fact that they have to. I mean, it is paramount that they win this game. Absolutely paramount. So otherwise, they can start booking their tickets for Moldova, Cyprus, Azerbaijan, Latvia, Estonia, wherever they will go in the Europa League. They won't go to Estonia.
So I did share a link earlier in the stream, Mike. Let me send you a link. Let me see if you could share that.
For what? For your prediction.
For the league. The league.
Yes.
And you could join the league to the Champions League Predictor League if you want to join. So that I sent you that. So if you could paste it and pin it in the chat, so
I'll paste
we all could compare our Champions League predictions this week. Because Mike, you and I'm gonna come back and see who gets the most points for
Wait, have you done for the first 2 weeks?
Well, I didn't do it on here.
Okay. Because I have a league going. Actually, I'll check it at the end to see who's on top. I think it might be Hans.
Oh, you have a league going?
Yep. I got.
So why don't you send me? Okay, instead of posting,
we'll do it at the end, Dom. We'll do it at the end, though.
Yeah. Send me the link. Send me the link, bro.
I'll send you the link.
Send me the link. And I'll join the league.
Big up to everybody, though. Remember, people, smash the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And big up to Vito Goretta for his kind donation and also becoming a member of the channel all the way from Zagreb. So
we got 2 groups left. Let's run
2 groups left. Benfica and PSG. Now, Dom, what did I tell you last time? I said 2-1 Benfica over Juventus. And I think you said it too. Or did you say 1-1? I think you said 1-1.
I can't remember, but irrelevant.
I mean, Benfica were absolutely
Let's not give
phenomenal in the
credit to
second half.
Benfica.
No, I was going to say
Benfica,
they were
yeah.
amazing in the second half. They absolutely destroyed Juventus, destroyed them. Anytime they wanted the counterattack, they were so deadly. Enzo Fernandez, João Mario, man, they were so brilliant. But now they're up against PSG, and I still think Benfica can pose a threat, but I would say their performances haven't been the best. I think there are a lot of games now, and obviously they're not rotating as much as maybe they would like.
So look.
Also, Draxler, let's see if he starts, he could play his old team. I'm very fascinated by this game because I feel like Benfica could get a result here. A lot of people are just going to pick PSG and just, disregard for what Benfica are doing.
Not really, but look, both teams on top of their respective leagues, right?
Benfica, they're both undefeated.
Benfica did well against both teams that PSG beat as well. So it's the battle of the two best teams in the group so far. Look, you are coming up against Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar here with the supporting cast. There's no way Benfica win this game. No way. Listen, no disrespect. I know I might sound silly if Benfica do go on to get something, but it's not happening, bro. It is not happening.
Vlasidomus in goal is going to have a busy night. He's going to have a busy night.
Bro, it is not happening, bro. PSG, they go to Portugal and they put out a good performance. 3-1 PSG.
I'm almost tempted on saying a 2-2 draw.
Too good, bro.
I understand they're too good, but also I just think this Benfica team, they're actually very good as well. And I know
that
the golfing quality, of course, is different. But Roger Schmidt is a very good manager. Bro, he has this team clicking very well.
This and I'm Benfica looking at team.
And I said this Antonio Silva center back. This guy is going to be the next great center back. Oh, he was man of the match against Juventus.
So what are you trying to say?
He pocketed Vlahovic. I'm saying 2-2. I might sound a bit crazy. Obviously, when it goes back to Paris next week, I'm going to pick a PSG victory. But I just think because it's in Lisbon and Benfica are always a good home team, I'm going to go 2-2.
Benfica gets nothing from this game.
All right, we'll see.
Players at the end of the game would be asking to exchange.
Not Benfica. They don't.
Listen to me
they're not at Maccabi Haifa's level. Don't
disrespect
Maccabi Haifa.
The players at the end of the game would be asking Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi for their shirts. Remember, I told you that. Remember,
of course they're going to ask them at the end of the game, Dom. That's what you do.
Dominic Rich, told you that. The players
but that's what players do, Dom.
The players are going to be there watching Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe do their thing and not do their jobs. Remember, I told you that. Benfica are getting washed out in this game. I'm telling you.
You said 3-1. You said 3-1.
That was my prediction, 3-1.
All right.
3-1.
If it ends 2-2.
Look, I know I'm talking a lot of shit right now.
You are. They better win this game by the scoreline.
Look,
you are talking mad.
36% of predictors say that PSG are going to win 3-1. There's a 4-1 for 13%. I'm going to go with the highest percentile and say 3-1 here. And I'm not even using that to make my predictions, but I just think that PSG are going to walk this group and they're going to start having problems when they get to the knockout stage. That is when the real, questions are going to be asked. Like, okay,
Can they handle the pressure,
exactly.
the mental capacity to deal with it? Of course. But I honestly think I love this Benfica team. I think they've been very impressive all season. I've hit a little bit of a blimp over the weekend against Viktoria Guimarães, and they weren't that great. But I think they're conserving their energy for this game, the big game in Lisbon against PSG, and they're going to put in a great performance. Any chance for Maccabi Haifa, Dom?
Yes, actually.
Even though Juventus did win over the weekend.
With Juventus not as they used to be. They're not a team that you hear, oh my God, we're playing Juventus, and you start shaking, right?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not the case anymore. But look, Maccabi Haifa, I think, would be a lot more they would be a lot more comfortable at home, of course. I think the home leg next week would give them a better chance of getting anything in the group. So I think they should use this game as a warm-up for the next game, right? That's what I think. I think Juventus should go on to win this one. A narrow 2-1 win. Haifa will score. Pero, Cherry. These guys are, a threat. So
That goal they scored against PSG was lovely.
yeah. So
Absolutely lovely.
2-1 to Juventus. Narrow win. Not impressive at all. The fans might be like, God, not impressive. I think they might score the 2 first, and then Haifa might give them a scare at the end.
And then give them a little bit of nerves. Yeah. And also, Maccabi Haifa, they've been really good away from home in Europe this season. The Olympiacos performance, the Red Star Belgrade performance.
2-1 though. 2-1 to Juventus. So I show them a little respect. But I have to say, we will have an upset. Where is it going to come in? But Mike, look,
it's not going to happen here. It's going to be 1-0 Juventus.
We've been doing well this week. We're 109, 1 hour 9 minutes. We should finish this off in the next 10 minutes. So
exactly.
It'd be pretty good. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Juventus. I think they're going to get a bit more confidence. I think Maccabi Haifa, they should just put all their eggs into the basket of the home game they have against Juventus next week. That's what they should be focusing on. This game, they should probably go for just to lose by 1 goal. I think that's going to be the key thing in this game, and Maccabi Haifa are going to make it tough. I'm still not impressed by this Juve team, even though they won over the weekend against Bologna, but it's Bologna and they haven't been good at all this season. Big game here as well, Dom. I mean, if Dortmund can win this game away, I think it's pretty much just them and Man City who are going to finish top 2, which is pretty much a lock, and Sevilla have just not been good. Do you know they're almost in the relegation zone now in the La Liga? It's been a
I know they lost the last game against Atleti there, but
oh boy, Sevilla have not been good at all.
So Sevilla right now, they are 17th, 5.7 games. A rough start, a Liverpool-esque type start to the season.
Go on, continue. I heard it. Continue.
Oh man,
Dom, I love Dom. You know what I love, Dom. I love this about City fans. God. You guys can't. Listen. You cannot stay more than 20 minutes quiet without mentioning Liverpool, can you?
Listen, man.
You can't.
You guys have been awful. So listen. So you don't talk about Sevilla whatsoever. But look,
I can. They're almost in the relegation zone, and they have looked terrible.
Remember. To be fair. Diego Carlos, Juice Koundé gone. Be fair, man. You know what I mean? They're a team that lose their best players all the time. A player goes to Sevilla, they do well, they look good, bam, gone. You see what I'm saying? So Dortmund, the same thing. So this is a game where I really don't know where it's going to go because Sevilla at home, they could use this game. Dortmund could go there and not play well. You know what I mean? But Dortmund, of course, the favorites to win this game on form and on quality.
On form, I don't know about that, Dom, because away from home, Dortmund are absolutely god awful.
Well, I mean on form, not away form, like traveling outside of Germany kind of form, but still.
Oh, not even in Germany. When they get away from the premises of Dortmund, they don't turn. They just turn into little people, man. They don't do well.
I'm gonna Sevilla is in the mud right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're going to find the inspiration from, to be honest. So I'm going to have to say a Dortmund win here. 2-0. 2-0 to Dortmund.
You think they're going to keep a clean sheet? All right. Yeah. Okay, Dom. I don't know. We need to see what's in that drink because I don't know how you think Dortmund are going to keep...
bro. It's just lemonade, bro.
All right, yeah. Sure, because I don't know how you think Dortmund are going to keep a clean sheet in this game.
It's just lemonade. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just joking. But look, Sevilla... This team just cannot score, and Lopetegui is on thin ice. He's on absolute thin ice at the moment, and it's just been a weird season for both teams. Because Dortmund's still somehow in top 4. Sevilla are 1 place above the relegation zone, and Lopetegui doesn't know his best lineup. He doesn't know how to get the goal scoring. Defensively, we knew before the season they were going to struggle when you lose those 2 caliber center backs, but They just cannot create. And Naziri has not looked good. Isco is trying. It's been a calamity for both teams. And somehow Dortmund, they almost did get a point against Man City, but then obviously Erling Haaland happened. I'm going to... You know what? I feel like this could be a crazy night where, maybe you will think it's 1-0, maybe a 2-1 victory. I'm going to go for an exciting 3-3 draw. I just think it's one of those crazy nights we have in the Champions League, and it's going to be 3-3 between Sevilla and Dortmund. Don't ask me why, people. Don't ask me why, but there's something with this game. There's always something with this game.
I see you have 3 friends predicted. Mike, share the link in the chat so more people could join the league, so that when we're doing this, we could have 20 people predicted already. So while we're doing this, people, you could use your phone, do a little picture-in-picture, use your computer, and we could be here predicting at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So
Sebastian, put the link in the chat.
Yeah, put the link in the chat so we could all join the league, and you know what I mean?
All right, Dom. How many goals is Erling Haaland
Mike,
going to score?
you need to send me the link in Twitter. I don't want to press nothing over here, all right?
I will. How many goals is Erling Haaland going to score? Or is he going to be rested, actually?
Exactly. I was just asking you, is he going to play?
Probably will start Julian Alvarez.
I actually think he should play, but take him off after 45 minutes. Once we're doing well or not doing well, because Erling Haaland is going to want to play, because guess what? The more you play, the stronger you are. You're flexing that muscle, that muscle in front of goal to score, right? So you don't want to really rest and be complacent. You want to play your best team every time. It doesn't matter if it's Copenhagen or what, right? But a player like Erling Haaland would want to play, because look at the weekend against United, right? Haaland already had his hat trick. He stayed on the field. He could have been taken off, but he has the hunger. You want that hunger to continue to be insatiable, and you don't want to get complacent. You see what I mean? You could rest up and end up getting injured like that by, you're not playing, you know, the more you play, the more you become stronger, and then you manage the game time as well. Some games you take him off, give him a little rest at the 75th minute. But this is a game where I think you continue to play him. He banging a brace on early hat trick, take him off. I think both him and Julian Alvarez should start this game. I think the starting 11 should actually be Haaland, Alvarez, Mahrez, right? You could even throw in a Cole Palmer in this game. You see, midfield, it's going to be tricky because, I don't know if Rodri is going to be fit enough, but if he is fit enough, let him play. Gundogan, more game time. Could even use this opportunity to rest De Bruyne. You see, I don't think, would be to, need De Bruyne in this kind of game. Sergio Gomez at left back. Prediction. Sergio Gomez at left back. You could bring Laporte in. Laporte, Diaz at center back. Walker's injured right now. So this is a perfect game to throw in like a Rico Lewis at right back. You see what I'm saying? Edison in goal, or give Ortega Moreno a run out, because this is Copenhagen. We should beat Copenhagen, right? You shouldn't be complacent, but we should beat them. And even if we don't beat them, we still have, if we don't beat them at all in any of the 2 games, we still have 2 more games to say, hey, man, no, what are we doing to bounce back after winning the first 2? So,
all right, Dom.
We should win this game.
Dom, it's going to be 5-0. Sorry to ask you.
I gotta give my thoughts on my team. Not because you can't talk positively about your team,
No, but this is FC Copenhagen. It's not against Dortmund.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. You might. This could be the game that there's an upset in if we are complacent. You see, but
really.
Look, Erling Haaland could go on to score 4 consecutive hat-tricks at the Etihad Stadium.
You know what? Just because you said that comment, that this game could happen a result.
That is blasphemous.
That's what you deserve, Dom. I mean, come on, bro.
Oh my God! Look, man.
What's gonna be the scoreline, and how many goals will Haaland get?
4-1 City. We'll let one in. Edison can't even save anything. Even if you sign him up, to a free savings account, he won't be able to save anything. I'm telling you. Edison is just horrible at saving. He saves some, but the ones that go in, you're like, come on, bro.
Yeah. I don't think he could do. I don't think he could do much against the Anthony shot, though. I think that was a brilliant goal.
He wasn't complacent.
Yeah, he was complacent, but I thought it was great.
That was savable, bro. If you were anticipating it,
thank you, Dane.
If you were anticipating, it would have been savable. I'm telling you. But anyways,
Oh wow, Leicester 3-0 at halftime.
it was fun, Mike. We did this in under 100.
Yep, I think that's all the games.
80 minutes. Yeah, all the games. Yep, 80 minutes.
That's all
not
the games.
bad.
All right, I gotta actually play my booster as well.
See that? You did well on match day 1.
Actually, Doug is on top of the lead. So guys, if you want to see, oh man, I gotta do it like this. For some reason, it doesn't work. So Doug has 98 points. He is on the top of the leaderboard. Then we have Theodore, Hans. We have Raimondo. Then we have F7. Then we have Enzo. Then we have Matt's Attack. And then we have me.
Listen.
MTF. Let's see.
Watch, I'm going to join this league late and still come out on top. Watch.
Yeah, okay. What are you going to... All right. AD. Then we got Sebastian, Esso, Seymour. We got 17 guys playing along. Albert's at the bottom. BH is at the bottom. So... big up to everybody. Remember, if you want to join the league, I pinned... No, actually, I think Sebastian put the link to the chat. I mean, to the league, and then I pinned the code to join it as always. Hey,
wait, where's the code? Wait, you pinned it? I don't see nothing pinned.
I sent you as well. I sent you as well the code on Twitter.
Oh, okay. So let me copy the link here.
Shout out to Adrian as well. We were horrible this weekend, by the way. Not sure if that changes things for you. It doesn't, Adrian. I'm still gonna go 2-2. I heard you guys were terrible against Viktoria de Guimarães, but I still have faith in Benfica. I'm not confident, but I feel like PSG will be complacent in the game. They might not take Benfica serious, but I just feel like with guys like Enzo Fernandez and David Neres.
You're reaching, bro. Stop reaching.
Well, you're Dom. You're the same guy who said, "Oh, if we're complacent, we'll lose to FC Copenhagen." Come on.
They're not getting it, bro. They're not getting it. So look, Mike, I joined the league, bro. Could you see if I'm at the bottom? Could you show back the league, see if I'm in it?
Yeah, wait, I gotta refresh it.
Yeah, refresh it, see if I'm at the bottom of the league there.
Doesn't say anything here.
But go up, let me see. I should be somewhere in there though.
I do not see you.
Where am I?
I don't know where you are. Maybe they can't even recognize you because you got 0 points. That's probably why.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Yeah,
that's probably why.
I'm not in the thing. Yeah, but I joined. All
right, cool. Any final thoughts, Dom, before we head out? Hour and 20. Good time today.
Look. Do you think with Erling Haaland being on fire, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, everybody's playing well. Akanji, big up to Manuel Akanji as well.
He's been very good this season so far.
Do you think City could this be City's year to win the Champions League, bro?
I've been saying it I've been saying it preseason. I've been saying it during this season.
Because
I still believe City will win the Champions League.
Because we look good for the last 2 years. We look really
defensively.
Good, right?
You must get better though. I think defensively you don't look the strongest, and that's what you need in the Champions League. You need a strong defense.
I have to say, we've looked good almost every single Champions League season. When you go back, and Cities look really good. You know what I'm saying? They look really, really good. You go back to the Real Madrid semi-final. You go to
there you go, Dom. You're last.
Yeah. Oh, Dominic Rich gaming in the house when we lost to Monaco. You know what I mean? The Spurs lost. The Liverpool lost. The Lyon lost. You know what I'm saying? The Lyon loss has to be one of the most painful ones, though.
If that was Liverpool, I mean, I would have thrown that TV out of the window.
Man, bro, Raheem Sterling, bro.
I know.
And then when we got to the final where we should have won the damn thing, and Pep didn't play no defensive midfielders, and then when we were 1 foot in the freaking final and allow Real Madrid to come back, so this year.
That's why I always like the Champions League. I think it's the hardest competition to win, and I will always rate it over. I will always rate it over the league. And Matt says, "Will you two meet up at the 2026 World Cup?" We're gonna try to.
Most likely,
come to America.
Godspeed. Bro, you ever see a real back scratcher, bro?
Yes, I have. My grandpa has one.
Back scratchers. All
right, guys, let's head out of here, people. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Stay tuned then for obviously match reactions and that sort of stuff to the Champions League. And if Liverpool lose, I'm booking my tickets to Cyprus. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Stay safe in this crazy world.
Peace!